I'm a bad motherfucker.
Kind of a juvenile delinquent in Queens. I carry a lot of body language and intonations that people associate more with Irish and Italians.
You have an eyebrow thing, and you got a thick head of hair as well. And it's something you see on an older Irish man generally.
Right.
Like a kind of leprechaun eyebrow.
Yeah, it's also, if you get me drunk or angry, I sound like Joe Pesci.
I have my eyebrows.
Like my native accent comes out. I start the gest. This fucking guy, you know what this fucking guy said to me? Get me drunk or mad or both, forget about it.
If you could do a Boston, I'll believe you're Irish.
Yeah. All right. So this story, I foreshadowed it earlier. It's a little disturbing. It's a lot disturbing, really. And as I said, there's one video in here that is really, really upsetting.
Yeah, and again, this is from
and again, no blood, but it's disturbing in its own rights.
Okay, like, look, you don't have to believe breaking points when they, for some reason, care about this because the billionaire that owns them is Persian. This is Israel putting this out.
So the Israeli army admits running unauthorized graphic Gaza influence op. An IDF psychological warfare unit ran a Telegram channel targeting Israeli audience without approval. The army initially denied involvement, but an internal investigation following Haaretz's expose revealed its involvement. So for anyone who's going to tell you, oh, that's anti-Zionism, it's anti-Semitism.
No, it's pro-Zionist.
This is from an Israeli newspaper. Reversing an earlier denial, Israeli military officials have admitted that the Telegram channel 72 Virgins Uncensored was operated by members of a department of the IDF's Operations Directorate. The admission comes after Haaretz published an expose on the channel last month, which led to an internal investigation into the matter. The probe, conducted by Major General Oded Basyuk, head of the Operations Directorate, found that the information that led to the original denial that the channel was operated by or on behalf of the army was incorrect and relied on misinformation relayed by members of the influencing department. In the wake of these findings, the unit's wartime commander is to end his military service. During the original investigation, sources told Haaretz that members of the unit, which is in charge of psychological warfare targeting the enemy and foreign audiences, created 72 Virgins Uncensored on October 9th, 2 days after the war began, without official approval and without being authorized to do so. Furthermore, the channel was directed at an Israeli audience. The channel's administrators posted graphic content, such as images of the dead bodies of Hamas terrorists captioned, "Shatter the terrorists' fantasy," on a daily basis. Now, I'm just going to put in this proviso. They say Hamas terrorists. I'd be very surprised if Haaretz has evidence of that. So this is what they claim.
That the people
the people that they're showing being tortured and killed in the video are terrorists. I don't think there's any reason to necessarily believe that. Remember, at the end of the day, they are doing some good journalism here, but it is an Israeli newspaper, and we've shown some videos, I'm sure you have on Jimmy's show, of some of what they'll do to people who don't toe the party line in Israel.
Yeah.
There was a video that went around of Orthodox Jews getting the shit beat out of them by the cops over there.
It's weird to move there for that.
So just because they're saying these are all videos of Hamas terrorists, that doesn't mean they were. In fact, the video I'm going to show later, while it doesn't show an act of violence, tells you something about how sick these fucking people are.
You could get canceled for it in America.
Right. So much less Israel. You have anything to add, Keaton?
Well, Benjamin Netanyahu, in the recent press conference, not a press conference, press statement about rejecting the ceasefire offer, he said that they had already killed 20,000 Hamas terrorists, which is a mathematical impossibility because a little over 27,000 Palestinians have been killed, 11,500 of which are children. So there's not 20,000 left to be Hamas terrorists. So it's
they're all Hamas's.
They're all Hamas. On several occasions, they posted exclusive material from investigations or information that was only available to the defense establishment at the time, boasting that it was exclusive from Gaza. They uploaded thousands of videos and still images of the killing of terrorists and destruction in the Strip, and encouraged the channel's followers to share the content so that everyone can see we're screwing them.
Weird choice of words, by the way.
Yes. An October 11th post read, quote, "Burning their mother. You won't believe the video we got. You can hear their bones crunch. We'll post it right away. Get ready," unquote. Photos of Palestinian men captured by the IDF in the Strip and the bodies of terrorists were captioned. And again, I'm very skeptical of the use of that term. Quote, "Exterminating the roaches, exterminating the Hamas rats. Share this beauty."
Very ISIS of them.
Yes, you think? A video of a soldier allegedly dipping machine gun bullets in pork fat is captioned, quote, "What a man. Greases bullets with lard. You won't get your virgins." Another caption was, "Garbage juice. Another dead terrorist. You have to watch it with the sound. You'll die laughing." On October 14th, alongside the caption, "Exclusive video of a good night. Don't forget to share and repost," was a video of an Israeli vehicle repeatedly driving over the body of a, I'm going to put it in air quotes, terrorist. Quote, "Very good, Gershon. Run him over. Run him over. Screw the bastards. Flatten them," the accompanying text read.
Whoa, not even Putin would do that.
I want to add something I've heard since childhood. It's almost an unofficial motto of the IDF. World's most moral army, folks.
Yeah.
It's what they call themselves, the world's most moral army. I went out October 8th and covered a protest in Times Square the day after the October 7th attack. And I caught a couple of women who were veterans of the IDF, Israelis. They kept repeating that in interviews. The world's most moral army. It's the world's most moral army. We don't have a partner in peace. It's another thing I've been hearing
biblical,
since I'm a child.
It is Amalekites. Destroy every man, woman, and children, even kill their animals.
Right. I mean,
God commanded that.
In an Old Testament sense.
In the Hebrew scriptures, we don't say Old Testament. It's just as valid today as it was before Christ came.
The channel administrators didn't stop at images from Gaza. On October 11th, hundreds of Israelis, including members of the Beitar Jerusalem soccer team's violently racist fan club La Familia, rioted at Shelba Medical Center, Tel HaShomer, near Tel Aviv. Can you tell they kicked me out of Hebrew school when I was 9? Following a rumor that Hamas terrorists who had invaded Israel were being treated there.
You know what? Don't worry about it, dude. You got shot out anyway if you spoke Hebrew.
People roamed the hospital, cursing out and spitting on medical professionals. Within an hour, a video of the riot was posted to the 72 Virgins channel with the title, "My brothers, the heroes. La Familia fans love you. What heroes? They came to screw the Arabs."
They got to really work on that phrasing. It's very strange.
Now we have some images that were shared to this Telegraph. Okay, this is from Frida Mandem. These are the kinds of things they share. These are probably the worst people to have set foot on our earth. So you could see it's an Arab woman with a baby, but they've made the baby a pig. This is the kind of thing that was on that Telegraph channel. And here's mocking the destruction wrought on Gaza City, comparing its existence to Grand Theft Auto. And we have some of that video. Yeah, I would advise that. Yeah, so this is in keeping with our ongoing project to prove Zionists are the only Jews that aren't funny. Yeah, this is what they crack up at.
Grand
Theft
Auto,
they think is really funny.
Did they not read the title of Grand Theft Auto as in a theft of something? It's a game about committing a crime.
It's a good point.
Geniuses.
It's a good point. Nax Bilal posted, mocking a Palestinian mother in Gaza who worked as a doctor and had noticed her son was one of the injured that had been brought in. He was pronounced dead. Okay, so this is the video I've been warning about since top of show. just the grief and the pain of this woman is just heartrending. And these sick pieces of shit in the Israeli army thought it was funny, so they put heart emojis all over her,
Well, it's absolutely ridiculous.
wailing and grief.
Let me be Ben Shapiro. That's their most moral army. Yada.
Yes. All right, so let's take a look at this.
Gee, I wonder why people are getting mad at them.
World's most moral army, folks. World's most moral army clipped that and put hearts over it. They thought that was funny. They thought that was funny.
Well, that's supposed to get people, you know, like, yeah, we're really doing it. You know, because they're losing, by the way. They're not winning.
Well, this is why we always say when they claim they are providing, they're fighting anti-Semitism or they're providing a refuge for Jews, you are spreading anti-Semitism every day of your existence. You are spreading anti-Semitism. What do you think? People see this and say, oh yeah, no, I like the Jewish people. To the extent that Jews are connected with Zionism, to the extent that the public believes that this is what Jews are, that is the extent to which Jews are in danger from anti-Semitism, because no decent human person is going to see an army that would be creating footage like this and think, well, that's what Jews are, and then not be anti-Semitic. Whenever they raise that groups in the Middle East, groups like Hamas, have written things that, you know, are unquestionably anti-Semitic, well, what do you expect? You've told them that what Jews are is what you are. Zionists.
Welcome to Muslim town.
They think that Zionists are Jews. They think that's the definition of a Jew. You oppress, you murder, you put these people in concentration camps, you put them in apartheid conditions, and you tell them that what you are is what Jews are, and then they come out and they mistake Zionists for Jews, and then they say things that are anti-Semitic. I'm sorry, I really can't blame those people under those circumstances for making that mistake, particularly given that only the shit at the bottom of the Jewish community's shit barrel, as represented by you fucking sick Zionist pieces of garbage, is what they have dealt with. They've never met anybody who does not identify with that, who calls themselves a Jew. You are not helping anti-Semitism. You are spreading anti-Semitism. You are the primary cause of anti-Semitism, particularly in that region.
Okay, well, first of all, we need that to justify more Zionism. But everybody hates us. We got to do this. They all hate us.
Right.
Then you do the thing, so everybody, to make them crazy, and they do, like Sasha when he did his little skit with in Bruno, and he was trying to provoke the Arab guys to choke him, and they wouldn't, and then he managed to succeed in getting the not ultra orthodox Hasidic Jews to beat his ass, and he had to break character. It's job creating.
It's very sad how many of these Jewish comedians who should know better line up behind this. Sacha Baron Cohen, Borat is one of the funniest. It's one of the funniest fucking things I've ever seen.
It's great.
And you would think somebody with the comedic talent, you have to have a certain detachment to be that funny, right? You have to have a certain perspective.
It helps to be
and to have
famous.
such a, well, he is now.
Dude, all these people, okay, we got in a fight one time. I loved working on that show, okay? Nothing, I think he's a comic genius. I don't want to say a fight. We got an argument because there's one dumb sketch on Who is America that I had nothing to do with, where they tricked a guy to think he was stopping the heart of an Antifa person by pressing a button. Mm-hmm. And I don't like fucking Antifa. I knew somebody had just gotten the shit kicked out of them by Antifa who was on their side. They just took a picture. So I go, they're not good. He goes, what? They're just lesbians. He's from old money family in England. No idea what anything fucking is. He goes, it's just lesbians that don't like Trump. I go, nah, dude. It is not at all. Well, he didn't want to be questioned on that at all. I won't write a joke if I don't like the thing. Or if there's stuff I wrote that I regret, feminist shit you could trick me into. But once I know what the deal is, I don't want to be involved. He had me leave the room for a minute.
Really?
And I wasn't yelling. I could tell he didn't know anything about it and had committed to this. And it's some political bullshit that all these dumb shit libs have in their heart. And he, like a girl that, we can't talk about this. Like my ex-Israeli girlfriend would do if I brought up any of this Palestinian shit ever. Wasn't even on the Palestinian side. She'd get emotional. And I go, it's not worth it.
Kurt spilling the tea. Keaton, what do you have to say?
Well, I mean, you said everything when it comes to, the IDF and those videos and the way they've used that kind of imagery. But one thing I would just suppose add is, in response to the raw footage of what we saw, the mother running down the hall. This is why I get so offended whenever you hear these media people invoke that 47-minute film that the Israelis are showing, these prominent figures about the horrors of October 7th, right? Because to invoke some secret evidence that all of us are not allowed to see, when we've all seen footage like that, right? We haven't all seen that particular video, but we've all seen hundreds, if not thousands, of photos and videos like that. We've all been traumatized by what we've seen. And so to try and invoke some secret evidence from some 47-minute film about October 7th, it's just horrible. I mean, what we've seen is horrible. And what we've seen ought to be convincing enough on the other side.
How about after they just got done telling you what a monster Putin is for the last 2-3 goddamn years? Oh, what about my good friend Sitchin Adam? I was just watching, see if they've figured out how dumb they were about Ukraine. Nope, but Putin, they killed that whole village. No, they didn't. That was a false flag. That was done by Azov. Nothing even compares to this shit that I'm looking at in Israel. Nothing. Russia is like, Putin's the most gentle guy in the goddamn world compared to the people that are the most moral army.
Exactly.
Well, Putin said, in a recent appearance, he said Gaza is like a children's cemetery now. He says you don't see anything comparable to that in Ukraine.
Right. Well, that's where really the last couple years, whatever shred of pretense at moral authority the West had left has just collapsed. It's just got. How do we even claim that Russia is committing war crimes when we fund war crimes?
Well, you got to be.
How does anyone even take you seriously?
When they get the Biden chip in our heads, where we can all be Biden, then it'll work.
God forbid. All right, Misha, to you.
All right.
It's not where I'm coming from.
In the words of Tucker, what the fuck does this have to do with this stupid fucking war now that Ukraine is wrong and also losing? They'd be doing better if we gave them nothing. They'd have more of their land because they ain't going to get it back.
Well, I mean, maybe send some of that Pizza Hut that Keaton likes so much.
Did we at least save our Do we save our biolabs at least? Our above board biolabs in fucking Ukraine?
I hope so.
Yeah, we got to get our there is we've looked at which companies you can most effectively boycott for maximum visibility to scare the others, like to pull a Bud Light on, basically.
Yeah.
Looks like McDonald's is the one.
Really?
Looks like it's McDonald's.
Too bad I've been boycotting them for
Keaton
like 10
will
years.
not give up Pizza Hut.
He
We were
won't?
talking about Pizza Hut, but Keaton very strongly objected.
I mean, I don't eat Pizza Hut often. I eat it like once or twice a year, but it's a nice treat every once in a while. I think you could scare Pizza Hut into changing their ways. I think you could reform Pizza Hut from within. I don't think you have to destroy
Okay, I'm sorry. I question.
We're all going to have to get a job at Pizza Hut
Has
now.
Pizza Hut?
I had a job at Pizza Hut. That was my first job.
Oh, really? Is that where you developed your love for their baked wings?
No, I got a job there.
Was that
'cause I
like
liked
your
the
staff
food. They
meal?
fed me. Yeah.
Okay, wait. I'm confused. You got to boycott Pizza Hut. Why? Did they get a butter dick?
No,
as their
they
spokesperson?
sent pizzas to the IDF.
Did they send pizzas to the IDF?
That is
Oh,
and they did like an ad.
I didn't know that.
You boycott all you want.
But
ain't gonna work.
McDonald's too, and there's
Yeah, maybe
already
I
a
changed
boy.
my mind. I didn't know that. Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Well,
I mean,
why do you think? What do you think? I just woke up in the morning and decided that the Pizza Hut logo looks like a Star of David. But like,
No,
what do
I
you?
thought they were connected somehow. So it was maybe less direct.
No, McDonald's, though, there's already a boycott to join. They're already boycotting it. It's already hurt their sales, I think, 6%. So, yeah, that looks like it's more worthwhile to support, because I feel like, yeah, you don't need 10 companies. It just scatters your efforts. You'll scare the shit out of Wall Street if you can just devastate one company. What they did to Bud Light, what they did to Target, it had a chilling effect on a lot of this Christmas. You see any ads celebrating the drag queen at the Christmas tree? No, that's the Bud Light effect.
But if they do
so now let's apply it to something much more significant: genocide. You fuck one of these companies where they lose 20% of their share value, all the other companies that support Israel and do business with Israel are going to start to think.
Hey, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down there for more AM Joy and the rest of MSNBC. And click on any of the videos right here to watch the latest interviews and highlights. And you can get more videos from MSNBC for free every day with our newsletter. Just visit